Welcome back, everyone, to another deep dive. We love to jump into these ancient texts, and today we're looking at the Ramayana. Specifically, a lot of you have asked about the birth story of Rama and his brothers.
It's a really fascinating story, blends human desire and divine intervention really beautifully, and it really sets the stage for the rest of the epic.
Okay, so we start with King Dashratha, right? Powerful, righteous ruler, but he's missing something pretty major.
Yes, he really wants sons. He wants heirs to secure his lineage, to continue his legacy. And the epic makes it very clear how important that is. For a king in that era, it's not just about personal desire, it's about the stability and continuity of the kingdom.
Right. And Dashratha has 3 wives, Kausalya, Kaikeyi, and Sumitra, but none of them have given him a son yet.
That's right. So this leads him to kind of take a pretty extraordinary step.
Yeah, and that step is?
The Putrakameshti Yagya. It's a grand Vedic ritual specifically designed to get the gods' blessings for sons.
So we're talking a pretty big deal here, right? Not just, lighting a candle and saying a prayer.
No, this is a major undertaking.
What are some of the things that stood out to you as really important parts of this ritual?
Well, there are a few verses that really paint a picture of this grandeur and meticulousness. Like, we see the priests chanting these mantras with such precision, the offerings being made into the sacred fire, they don't miss a beat. It's all very carefully orchestrated to make sure that the ritual is effective.
It sounds like a pretty awe-inspiring spectacle, and I'm assuming it works because we do get to Rama.
Right. Well, there's a pivotal moment that happens. Agni, the god of fire, emerges from the sacrificial fire, and he's carrying a golden bowl filled with this divine Payasam.
Whoa, hold on. I have chills. Now that's a visual.
Right. It's amazing. And Agni is revered as a messenger of the gods, so his appearance is a pretty big deal.
It means the Yagya worked.
It does. It shows the gods have heard, they've responded, they're giving their blessing. And that's really a turning point in the story.
Okay, so we can't just gloss over the Payasam. I mean, this divine pudding sounds pretty important.
Oh, it's definitely significant. I mean, it's not just some sweet treat. This Payasam is infused with divine essence. It represents those blessings that Dashratha and his wives are receiving.
And then they share it, right?
They do. Kausalya, Kaikeyi, and Sumitra all receive a portion of the Payasam.
And that's symbolic too, isn't it?
Exactly. And the fact that each wife receives some foreshadows, those multiple births that are coming, it really emphasizes the idea that these births are not just, a normal thing that happens. It's divine intervention at play.
So basically we have this really meticulously performed ritual, the Putrakameshti Yagya, and then we have this divine blessing in the form of the Payasam, and that sets the stage for Rama and his brothers.
Precisely. And it's important to remember this isn't just, the happy ending to Dashratha's desire for sons. It's the very foundation for the entire epic. These 4 sons, each born under these extraordinary circumstances, they're all going to play crucial roles in the Ramayana.
Okay, so we've been talking a lot about the symbolism and the ritual, but the Ramayana actually talks about the biological aspect of conception too, right?
It does, which is really interesting. I mean, while acknowledging the divine intervention, the Ramayana also kind of suggests that the Putrakameshti Yagya actually helps to create the ideal conditions for conception, like on a biological level.
So it's not just like magic. It's like the ritual is actually harmonizing Dashratha's energies with these cosmic forces to make him, ready to be a father.
Right. It's like it's optimizing him on a physical and spiritual level. And this is something that, ancient Indian tradition really understood, this interconnectedness between the spiritual and the physical.
So it's like a holistic approach to conception?
Yeah, exactly. It's recognizing that biology is there, but that there are also these spiritual practices that can actually influence it in a positive way.
That's really fascinating. That brings us, I guess, to the main event, the birth of these sons.
Well, yes. Kingdom is overjoyed because they have not 1 but 4 sons.
Could you tell us a little bit more about each of these sons and, their mothers and just what their arrival means?
Of course, Rama, who is considered an incarnation of Vishnu himself, is born to Kausalya.
Wait, hold on. You said an incarnation of Vishnu.
Yes.
What does it even mean? What are the implications of that for the whole story?
Oh, that's a huge point. This concept of divine incarnation or avatar is central to understanding who Rama is and why he's so important.
Yeah.
Vishnu, the preserver god, takes human form whenever evil forces threaten to disrupt the cosmic order. It's like he comes down to set things right.
So Rama isn't just some random baby being born. This is like a deliberate act with a purpose, destined to fight evil.
Exactly. The Ramayana tells us that the gods themselves were really worried about this demon king Ravana. He was causing all sorts of trouble throughout the universe, and they actually pleaded with Vishnu to intervene.
I have to know more. What did they say about this Ravana guy? How bad was he that they had to call in Vishnu?
Oh, they describe him as invincible, basically. He had this boon from Brahma that made him incredibly powerful. Imagine how desperate the gods must have been to go to Vishnu for help.
So this isn't just about a king wanting an heir. This is about the battle between good and evil, and the fate of the entire universe is hanging in the balance.
It is. And Vishnu, being the compassionate god that he is, agrees to be born as Dashratha's son. And that's how the stage is set for this epic showdown with Ravana.
So we have the Putrakameshti Yagya, the divine Payasam, the 4 sons. It's like it was all orchestrated to bring Vishnu into the world in human form.
It's amazing how it all comes together, right? This beautiful narrative that really speaks to the grand scheme of things, how everything's connected and how human desire can align with divine will.
And it's not just Rama either, right? His brothers make things even more interesting.
Oh, absolutely. They aren't just siblings, they're destined to be companions. Each of them plays such a critical role in Rama's journey and in the ultimate triumph of good over evil.
You know, it's interesting when you think about that Payasam being shared among the 3 wives. It's like this distribution of divine essence. It's like they're all connected on a deeper level and being prepared for these intertwined destinies.
It's a beautiful image, and it reinforces that idea that the Ramayana isn't just about Rama's individual heroism. It's about unity, loyalty, and selfless sacrifice in the face of challenges.
Okay, I have to ask, tell me a little bit more about these brothers. What are they like? What can we expect from them as this epic unfolds?
Well, Rama, being the eldest, is described as this ideal man. He embodies all these virtues like strength, compassion, righteousness. He's like the epitome of Dharma, which is the moral order. And he's destined to be this legendary king.
Okay, what about Bharata? He's the son of Kaikeyi, right?
Right. And Bharata is known for his incredible loyalty and integrity. He actually gets caught up in some palace intrigue later on, but he remains devoted to Rama and ultimately plays a key role in upholding Dharma.
Sounds like he's going to be a pretty important character then. And what about the twins, Lakshmana and Shatrughna?
Lakshmana is fiercely protective of Rama. He's always by his side, ready to defend him no matter what. And Shatrughna, he's often seen as the quieter, more introspective brother. He's known for his wisdom and his commitment to justice.
So we have the ideal man, the loyal brother, the devoted protector, and the quiet sage. That's quite the lineup.
It is, and their personalities already hint at the roles they'll play in Rama's journey.
You know, this birth story, it's more than just a happy occasion. It really sets the stage for this whole intricate tapestry of relationships, loyalties, conflicts that are going to shape the destiny of an entire kingdom and beyond.
It does, and it makes you think about this interplay of destiny and free will, too. You know, Rama, as an incarnation of Vishnu, he's bound by this divine purpose, but he's still portrayed as a human being who makes choices, faces dilemmas, experiences a full range of emotions.
It's so true. The Ramayana doesn't shy away from the complexities of being human even within this narrative that's driven by divine purpose. It makes you wonder, how do you reconcile this idea of a preordained destiny with the concept of individual choice?
It's a question that's puzzled people for centuries. But the Ramayana suggests that even within a divinely ordained path, there's still room for human agency. You know, Rama, despite his divine nature, still faces moral dilemmas, makes choices, feels things. His story becomes a testament to the idea that even within destiny, we have the power to choose how we respond, how we act.
It's amazing how these ancient stories still speak to us today. It's like the Ramayana is reminding us that even when we feel trapped by fate, we still have choices. We can decide how we face our challenges. And those bonds of family and loyalty, they can give us the strength to get through anything.
It's a really powerful message.
Well, we've covered so much in this deep dive. The Putrakameshti Yagya, the cosmic significance of Rama's birth, the roles of his brothers. It's incredible how much death and symbolism is packed into these ancient verses.
And we've really only just scratched the surface. The Ramayana is such a vast and intricate epic. There's so much more to explore.
I know. Before we wrap up this segment, I want to connect this back to our lives today. You know, the Ramayana really emphasizes ritual and sacrifice. But what does that mean for us now? What if the real sacrifice isn't about grand gestures or offerings to the gods, but it's about the everyday choices we make, the small acts of kindness and courage that we do that uphold Dharma in our own lives?
That's a really interesting question. It makes you think about the true essence of the Ramayana. Maybe it's not about the specific rituals or characters, but about that timeless message of living a virtuous life, upholding your duties, striving for something bigger than yourself.
Right. It's like even in the modern world, the choices we make every day, those can be acts of sacrifice and service, contributing to something good. It's inspiring to think that these lessons from the Ramayana are still relevant today.
It is. That's the beauty of these ancient epics. They have this wisdom that goes beyond culture and time and speaks to something deep within us.
Well, we've covered a lot of ground today, exploring the birth story of Rama and his brothers. But as you said, this is just the beginning. There's a whole epic waiting to be unraveled.
That's right, there is.
Well, this has been an absolutely incredible exploration of the Ramayana. Thank you so much for guiding us through this fascinating birth story and helping us uncover its deeper meaning.
It was my pleasure. The Ramayana is truly a treasure trove of wisdom and adventure, and I encourage everyone to delve deeper into its timeless narratives.
And that's a wrap on our deep dive into the Ramayana for today. We hope you enjoyed this exploration of the birth of Rama and his brothers, and we'll be back soon with another deep dive into the fascinating world of ancient texts.